Hello everyone. Let's do example 4 from R.S. Aggarwal examples, page number 336. It says discuss continuity of this function at x is equal to 0. To check continuity, we need to check three things: left hand limit, right hand limit, and the function value at that point. If all these three are equal, then we say function is continuous. So what is the method to check LHL? As we discussed in class 11th, this is how we represent limit x is tending to 0 minus f of x. This is the symbol for LHL, left hand limit. 0 minus means little bit less than 0, very close to 0 but less than 0. So this will be limit x is tending to 0 minus fx. So less than 0. Less than 0 means we should take this according to definition. Okay. Sorry, in the question this was 0. So fx, I will pick up this one. So it is 2x minus 1. For finding limits, we can directly put this value and get the answer. So we will put x is equal to 0 minus 1. So answer is minus 1. To calculate limits, we also use H method only in special cases where there is a numerator and denominator, or there is a modulus function, or there is a greatest integration function. So in special cases only we use H method, but here direct method is enough. As we will move on, we will discuss those methods. Then limit x tending to 0 plus. This is for RHL, right hand limit. So f of x. So 0 plus means little bit more than 0. Okay. So for little bit more than 0, what should we take? Little bit more than 0 is this. We should take this. Correct? This definition of fx. So let me write down limit x is tending to 0 plus 2x plus 1. Then to calculate limit, just put the value of x. Okay, 2 0 plus 1. The value what we are getting, 2 into 0 is 0, plus 1 is plus 1. You can already see LHL is minus 1 and RHL is plus 1. Already it's not a continuous function, but let's try fx as well. Okay, so how to calculate fx at x is equal to 0? That will be f of 0, right? What is the value of function at 0? So look at the definition of function. This is the definition of function. So which one we should take, this or this? This one says more than and equal to, more than and equal to 0. So I'm gonna pick up this one for x is equal to 0. So 2x plus 1, correct? And what is x? X is 0, right? What is x? X is 0. 2 into 0 plus 1. So value is 1. Now after finding these three, we can observe that these three values are not equal. They are not matching. Okay, can I write LHL is not equal to RHL, but RHL is equal to function value. That is there. These two are equal, but these two are not equal. Because of that, they are not equal. The function is discontinuous at x is equal to 0. Because for continuity, all three should be equal. Okay, practice again this one. We'll do next question. So this is the question number 5 at page number 336. So you can find it on page 336 at R.S. Aggarwal. So it says, find the continuity of this function fx 3x minus 2, x is less than equal to 0, and x plus 1 if x is more than 0. Write down the question. To find continuity, what do we need to find? We need LHL, RHL and function value. So let me calculate LHL. So LHL, how do we do? Like this, 0 minus, why 0 minus? Because we have to find at 0 of, right? We have to find the continuity at 0 fx. So this we will write x is tending to 0 minus fx. Which one should I pick up fx? 3x minus 2 or x plus 1? See, 0 minus means little bit less than 0. Little bit less than 0 is this. So that means I will take this 3x minus 2. So 3x minus 2. To solve limit, we can directly put the value into 0 minus 2. So 3 into 0 is 0, minus 2 is minus 2. Now RHL. For RHL, to separate out, don't mix it up. For RHL, limit x is tending to 0 plus, okay, fx. 0 plus means little bit more than 0. Which one I should take? Little bit more than 0 is this, okay. So I will take limit tending to 0 plus x plus 1, this one. And if I put it 0, 0 plus 1, the answer is 1. So you can see first I got minus 2, then I am getting 1. So it's already kind of looking like discontinuous, right? But let's check the next step as well. Next step says f of x. Okay, so let me do f of x at x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 0, we should take this one, correct? So it will be 3x minus 2. And what is x? 0 minus 2. Okay, this x I am putting 0. So 3 into 0 is 0 minus 2. Again I am getting minus 2. You can highlight these three values. So by observation, I see LHL is not equal to RHL. You can see this is LHL, this is RHL, and this is function value. These two are not equal, but fx is equal to LHL, but not equal to RHL. So you can just mention it like this, 0. And this is not equal to this, and this is also not equal to this. So here we can say fx is discontinuous at x is equal to 0. Okay, let's see next question. So this is example 6 on page number 337 from R.S. Aggarwal. So we have to discuss continuity of fx at x is equal to 0. The function is defined x by mod of x when x is not equal to 0. It has two definitions, okay? And fx is 1 when x is 0. So always remember the steps for continuity test are same. We need to calculate LHL, we need to find RHL, and we need to find the function value itself. All three we need to calculate. We will never deviate from the steps. So LHL. How to do LHL? Limit x is tending to 0 minus c. We are supposed to check the continuity at 0. That's why I am taking 0 minus f of x. So which definition I should take? 0 minus. Means very close to 0 but not equal to 0. 0 minus means not equal to 0. So I am gonna take x is not equal to 0. So we will take this definition, not this. Okay, this one. Because it is not equal to 0. So I am taking here x by mod of x. Now, if it is a plain polynomial function, then directly we can put 0 and solve for left hand limit. But if there is a function which has some numerator and denominator, or which has some modulus, so always we use H method to solve it. In H method, what do? We put x is replaced by 0 plus h, and limit is changed for h is tending to 0. Okay, I have explained this in class 11th also, how to calculate limit using H method. So here we cannot solve the question just by putting 0, because it has numerator and denominator parts and it has modulus. So we will use H method. Okay, so to solve by H method, let us see the steps. We will write limit is changed to h is tending to 0 and x is replaced by 0 plus h by 0 plus h of mod. Okay, remember one thing, why we are taking 0 plus h, because we have to test the continuity at 0. If we have to test it at 2, then we will write 2 plus h. If we have to test at 4, then we will write it 4 plus h, and so on. Okay, so here we are getting this. Now we just need to solve it. So let's see the steps. After this, steps are simple. Limit, this will be h is tending to 0, numerator is h by, what is 0 plus h? Is mod h only, correct? Now we need to remove the mod. So it is h. Mod of h, what will be mod of h? It will be h only, because what is h? H is approximately a very tiny number. It is some tiny number which has not a fixed value. It is approximately, it's a representation of a small positive number. It's a positive number. So for modulus, for positive number, just we can remove the modulus and we get this h. Okay, because h is a positive number. So for any positive number, modulus comes just like that. Okay, right? So we will cut it, and we are getting limit h is tending to 0, 1. So answer is 1. So this is my left hand limit. Please write down. Then how to calculate right hand limit? I'm sorry, I did a little bit of mistake here. This is left hand limit, but I am using 0 minus, so it has to be please do the correction. It has to be 0 minus h, little bit less than h. Okay, let's do it quickly. 0 minus h by 0 minus of h mod. So let me simplify. Limit h is tending to 0, numerator is minus h by minus of mod h for LHL. Okay, so it will be limit of, you also guys be careful in exam, so you may also end up doing this mistake. So if there is a 0 minus, so be careful, x is replaced by 0 minus h and h is tending to 0. These are the steps that we are supposed to follow. Okay, for the left hand limit, minus. So we have to take minus. So when we will solve it, when we remove modulus for a negative number, so it becomes positive and we remove the mod. That's how we do, correct? For a negative number, to remove modulus, it becomes plus and we remove it. Now this h will cancel. So we are getting limit h is tending to 0 minus 1. So our left hand limit is minus 1. Please do the correction. Have some patience and we will do right hand limit now. So this was the left hand limit. Let's do right hand limit. For right hand limit, what do we do is, Same thing, just x is tending to 0 plus. 0 plus, okay. So little bit more than 0. Little bit more than 0 means it's not equal to 0. X is not equal to 0 means which one I will pick up fx, this or this. X is 0 plus means little bit more than 0. So we will pick up this one. Let me write down limit 0 plus x by mod of x. Now since it is a fractional question, we will use h method, correct. So x is replaced by 0 plus h, ध्यान से देखिए, because this is plus, that's why 0 plus h, and h is tending to 0. So this will be equal to limit, limit will change, correct, when we are using h method. So this will become h is tending to 0, 0 plus h in numerator by 0 plus h in denominator. So this will be 0, 0 plus h is h only, okay, and mod of h. Now limit h is tending to 0, correct. You can write down the steps parallelly by, for h how to remove mod. H is a positive, some very tiny positive number. So mod will just go like that only, h. So this will be gone, which is 1, है ना? When it will cancel is 1. So it will be limit h is tending to 0, 1. So answer is 1. So this is our RHL. Ready for third step? We did LHL, we did RHL. Let's try the function value. Let me separate it out. Let's try the function value. Function value at 0, because we are supposed to solve it at 0. So fx at 0, which one should I take? At x is equal to 0, function itself is 1. No need to solve also. So itself is 1. So now we got RHL is 1, but LHL was minus 1. So what do you think, guys? Is it continuous? No, because I can see RHL is not equal to LHL, correct? But RHL is equal to f of 0. That we can write. These two are equal, but this is two are not equal. This is the conclusion. This is the conclusion. If this is the conclusion, what can we say? Function is not continuous at x is equal to 0. So that's how we test it. Ready for next question? This is example number 7 at page number 337, R.S. Aggarwal. fx is equal to mod of sin x by x when x is not equal to 0 and 1 when x is equal to 0. So we need to check the continuity again at 0. Okay, this is a board question. So let's do RHL, LHL and function value parallelly. Let me do it here. So let me do LHL first. So be careful this time. Last time we made a mistake. X is tending to 0 minus for LHL, remember? And for RHL, what do we do? Limit x is tending to 0 plus. Okay, be careful. LHL means left hand limit. Always we take minus side, little bit less than 0, okay, of fx. In this case, x is not equal to 0. So what function I should take? Not equal to 0. This or this? X is not equal to 0, this one. So I will use this definition of the function. Correct? This function has two definitions, this and this. I will pick up this one. So let me write down limit x is tending to 0 minus sine of x by x. Now to solve it, since we have a mod value, try to use h method, okay, because there is a modulus function and there is a numerator and denominator. So whenever we have numerator denominator, always use h method. For h method, what do we do? X is replaced by 0 minus h for LHN, okay, and limit is changing to this. This is the method to do it. So let me do it. Limit limit is changing from here to here. See, before limit was this 0 minus. Now limit will change to this. H is tending to 0. 0 minus will disappear now. Okay? And sine of 0 minus h by, for LHL, by minus h. That's it. And here is mod. Correct? This much is okay. Okay? We will do stepwise. What is the next step? Slowly, let's do next step. Next step is limit. We need to simplify it. What is sine 0 minus h? This is sine minus h, correct? By minus h. Do you know that sine of minus theta is minus of sine theta? You know that? The minus in case of sine comes in front. Right? So I will use here sine of minus h. What it will become? Sine of minus h will become limit of h is tending to 0. It will become mod of minus of sine of h by minus of h. Be patient. Okay. Now for next step, limit h is going to 0. This is minus of sine h. This is some negative number, correct? So how to remove this negative number out of mod? How it will come out of mod? It will become plus and come out, correct? It will become plus of sine h. Any negative number, when it comes out, it becomes plus. Became plus minus of h. Correct. Now in 11th class, we learned a formula limit. If x is tending to 0, sine of x by x is 1. We don't need to solve it. Whenever we have sine x by x, it becomes 1 if limit is going to 0. Okay. Here it is, you can see it is pretty much matching. Can you see that? This and this scene is pretty much matching except this minus sign. Okay. So not a problem. We can take this minus in front. Minus in front. H is tending to 0. Sine h by h. Now you don't need to solve it or simplify. Directly formula apply, and this is nothing but, this part is nothing but 1 only. By using this formula, you have to mention formulas in exam. Okay, mention this formula and highlight it. So using this formula, answer is minus of 1. So this is my left hand limit. Can you see that? This is my left hand limit. So that's how we can do all the steps. Minus 1. Now let's do for RHL. All the steps. Correct? So for RHL, what was the definition? 0 plus. 0 plus means this one only we will take. So let me take sine x by x. Since we know how to solve it, it will go a little bit fast. Correct? So, it is a numerator and denominator in mod. So, I am using h method, which is going to 0. So, it will be sine of 0 plus h. For plus matlab, it is replaced by, this is replaced by 0 plus h. Remember. And minus matlab, here x was replaced by 0 minus h. Be careful. This you have to remember in both cases, okay? So it is 0 plus h. Mod was also there. So what we will get here is, we will get limit h is tending to 0 sine of h by h, mod of, correct? So this is some positive number only, sine h. So how to remove mod? Directly it will go for positive number. Mod is directly removed. Okay. And this is again resembling our formula. Correct? This is again resembling our formula. H is tending to 0 sine h by h. And there is no negative sign also. This is directly answer is 1 by using formula. So this is how I got my right hand limit. I hope you are writing parallelly. Fine. This is RHL. So LHL was minus 1, RHL is 1. Now what is the function value? F of x at x is equal to 0. Look at the question. This is already given as 1. If you look at the question, this is the function value. Fx at 0, function value is already 1. So I can directly write fx is 1. So clearly we can see that these three values are not matching. So I can see LHL is not equal to RHL. Yes, RHL is equal to fx. You know, these two are 1, 1. But these two are not matching. The function is discontinuous at x is equal to 0. Pause it and solve it again on your own. Just one more question for today. So here is the question number 8 at page number 337 at RS Aggarwal. It says this is the function 2x minus mod of x. Check the continuity at x is equal to 0. Okay, let's start the solution. Let's calculate LHL first. Okay, so for LHL we know limit x is tending to 0 minus. Okay, because we have to check at 0 minus of fx. Here function has only one definition, 0 minus or 0 plus, correct? So we will just take whatever is given. 0 minus, it is given 2x minus of mod of x. And I told you, if there is a mod in the question, if there is a mod in the question, or if there is a numerator or denominator, always try to use H method. Okay, so by H method, by now we know what do we need to do. For H method, x is replaced by 0 minus h and limit changes to h is going to 0. For LHL, 0 minus. Okay, and for RHL it is 0 plus. As you will solve 20-30 questions, it will sink in your brain. So x is tending to 0 minus. I'm sorry, because we are using H method, the limit will change. H is going to 0 and twice of this will be replaced by which? This will be replaced by 0 minus h minus of mod of 0 minus h. Correct? Now how to simplify it? Let me write down limit h is going to 0. Okay? Just don't get scared by looking so many h or by looking at so many modulus functions. Just stick to the logic and you will end up having the correct answer. Okay, so let me write here 0 minus 2h. So it will be minus of 2h minus of, what is 0 minus h? Minus of mod of h. Okay, so there is a logic. Whenever there is a negative number inside the mod, it comes out and it becomes positive. See, if you have mod of h, it is plus h only. If you have minus of mod h, that also it becomes plus h. Just stick to this logic, okay? So here we have, this is minus of 2h, and this minus of h will come out as h only, correct? And what is this together? Minus 2h and minus h. This together is limit of h is tending to 0 minus of 3h, correct? Minus of 3h. And now we are ready to solve it. Once we simplify the question, we have simplified all the steps, ready to solve. Solve means put the value h 0 here. So if you put h 0, so minus 3 into 0 is 0. Okay? So this is my LHL. So my LHL value is 0. I hope you understood. Correct? Now we will check for RHL. Same question for RHL. You can try before watching it. Let me do it for you for RHL. Okay. For RHL, limit x is tending to 0 plus f of x. So what is f of x? Is this? Okay. So I am using again h method. Limit h is going to 0. And for RHL, because it is plus, for RHL what do we write? 0 plus h. Okay. See here. X is replaced by 0 plus h and limit is tending to this. This is the method. You can even mention it in the question. Okay. Minus of mod of 0 plus h. Okay. So now let me solve it. H is going to 0. 0 plus h is 2h only. Correct? Minus of 0 plus h is mod of h. Mod of h. What will get out? H only. So it will be limit h is tending to 0 2h minus h. What is 2h minus h? Limit h is tending to 0. What is 2h minus h? Is h only. Correct? 2h minus h is h only. Now we can put h is equal to 0. So what we will get is answer h is equal to 0 if you put is 0 only. I am getting first time I think RHL is also 0. LHL was 0. RHL is also 0. Now we will do function value. Let's do the function value at x is equal to 0. So f0. So f0 will be what? It was 2x minus mod of x. We need to put 0. 2 into 0 minus mod of 0. We need to put x is equal to 0.